Hi everyone, Jacqueline Kuhn here with JacquelineKuhn.com, powered by angels, and our Archangel and Astrology season, Uriel and Aquarius. Here to talk all about Aquarian energy and Archangel Uriel. Thinking innovation, individual freedom, focus on the future. And with that, let's have a little talk about the archangels and about me and what I do. So, what I do is help people connect with the archangels, both by their zodiac sign and just in general. Now, there are many people out there who have other ways of connecting to the archangels. That's wonderful. That's great. The way I like to do it and teach it, and the way I've been told and given downloads, I'm claircognizant, so I get these downloads. The way the angels have been talking to me is to align them in this way. Three of them are the overseers. They are not tied to zodiac signs. There's Michael, our divine protector, Raphael, our divine healer, and Haniel, our divine intuition, grace, joy, and feminine energy. All the others are aligned with zodiac signs. And today we are talking about Archangel Uriel because has been aligned with Aquarius, both by me and by many others who are out there in the angel world. So Aquarius season is about innovation, right? Aquarius season is about really figuring out how to do things differently, not necessarily sticking with the old ways of doing things that may have worked in the past, but are no longer the best way to get things done. It is the energy of, if it's not broke, break it, right? It is that energy. So if people that you work with, that you live with, are now feeling, hey, how do we do this better? Let's tweak this, let's tweak that. That's this Aquarian energy. And it's about really looking at things maybe a little unconventionally, maybe the way things haven't been done in a while, but doing so with a passion that isn't emotionally infused. It's a clarity, it's a mind thing, it's a head space, right? So if people are detached when they're doing this, or maybe a little more scientific or methodic, it's not because they're cold and they don't feel. It's Aquarian energy is about clarity, bigger picture, not letting emotional get in the way of the headspace. It's about head over heart in trying to better everyday life. It's about looking at the good of all, but on a community basis, not a global basis. Aquarian energy is about local community things, getting in touch with making things better at home, in your town, locally, less globally than local. And it's also about individual freedom. And what you're going to see in Aquarius season is people challenging the status quo, challenging structures, government and authority and tradition that limits individual freedom. That's what this age of Aquarius is all about. It's all about more individual freedoms. It's about self-sustainment. It's about no longer relying on government or others for your life and livelihood. Not necessarily relying on others for food source, being an independent or entrepreneur, right? Anything that gives you more individual freedom is really what the age of Aquarius is all about. But doing it without stepping on others' toes, right? Doing it in a way where it's good for all. And future orientation, technology, how to adopt technology in what you're doing, enhancements and advancements in medical technology and science, and really an interest in beginning to recognize places beyond. What is beyond Earth? What is out there in the planets, the galactic beings, recognizing them as existing. You're going to see things like that pop up in Aquarius season because this is the Aquarian energy. And we know Pluto has moved into Aquarius and is now reshaping all of these structures in the way very slowly, right? Because Pluto moves very slowly. And so Aquarius is that energy of what is new, what is breakthrough, what can we think about bigger picture with clarity. And I really want to use that word because that is how it ties into Archangel Uriel, the illuminator of light and wisdom. But before we do that, I want to remind you to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I want to thank all of you who have been our recent subscribers, growing our community to over 600 subscribers. I am thankful for all of you. All of this content is free. YouTube begins to recognize us as a provider of content the larger we grow. So please share this with your network. And thank you all, particularly my most recent subscribers, for joining my first 100. You are so dear to me, kind of like there was a thing, silver and gold. One is old friends, new friends. One is silver, the other is gold. There was something like that. But that's really, I'm so grateful for all of you. And if you want free angel messages, join my Facebook group. The live message sessions that used to be called Tarot Tuesdays, they're now Angel Insights. The live sessions will begin in February. But you can always email me one question per month. Okay, my store is all set and for Uriel and Aquarius season because Uriel takes front and center during this time of clarity, thought, big picture, epiphanies, breakthroughs, right? Because that's who Archangel Uriel is. His name means God is my light. When I was doing a holistic health fair a year ago, I ran into a gentleman who was so full of light and just he radiated light from inside. And he stopped by the booth with his wife and said, I was told that my archangel is blah blah. And I said, that doesn't seem to make sense to me, right? I am claircognizant, clairsentient, and clairaudient. And it just, his energy and that archangel just didn't make sense to me. And so I talked with him a little more. I learned that he was an Aquarian. And I said, no, your archangel is Uriel. And I learned that he was a lifelong electrician. And he was a somewhat of a technological marvel of his day. He did a lot of breakthroughs in helping people light up their space. He's invented some things. He was always known as being able to solve problems out of the box, which is real classic Archangel Uriel. And so when I said, no, you're Archangel Uriel, you're the giver of light. And his wife even said, I've always wanted him to go into engineering or another field, but he said, no, my mission is to bring light to people. And I'm like, you are now aligned. That is totally aligned. So he walked out of our conversation now being connected to the angel for him. And so that's who Archangel Uriel is. He is the archangel to bring light. So if you are an electrician or know an electrician, that could be the archangel that you help that person connect with because he brings light. He helps make wise choices, steady guidance, rational clarity, right? And while you're not going to see him named in a modern day Bible, he is in the apocryphal texts, Book of Enoch, Ezra, and in Eastern Orthodoxy, he is included among the archangels that are recognized in Eastern Orthodoxy, but not in any Catholic, Protestant, or evangelical Bibles. If you want to know how the archangels were taken out of Bibles, I have part 1 of that series already on my YouTube channel. Part 2 of that series is coming very soon because there is a reason for that. And I will go through that in separate videos. How does Archangel Uriel align with Aquarius and why do I and others align him? And it's really the revelation and insight, right? Aquarian energy is about insight. Uriel brings divine wisdom. Aquarian energy is innovation, technology, future thinking. He is the patron of inventors and problem solvers and those who bring new structures, right? Breakthrough paradigms, visionary thinking, the calm detachment and objective clarity of Aquarius. Uriel doesn't stir feelings. He clarifies them, right? He is about steady guidance, being rational, figuring out the why without getting all wrapped up in the emotion of it. And he helps and guide leaders and thinkers, right? The collective uplift. He helps people make ethical choices, which is incredible. So you've got the fire of intellect from Uriel, the air of innovation from Aquarius. And so it's illumination, not passion in Uriel, electricity in Aquarius, not gentle. So illumination and electric, match them together and you get incredible periods of innovation. Here are some prayers to invoke the help of Archangel Uriel. If you want to stop and pause the video to take a page shot or write them down or just bookmark this so you have them. But there's a simple daily invocation. Archangel Uriel, thank you for your presence. Be with me today. Illuminate my spirit so I may walk in wisdom with clarity and purpose. Amen. And when asking the archangels for help, always thank them and end with the amen, and know that while they are here for us every day, they have to be invoked. You have to ask them for help. They are not allowed to interfere with our lives unless we particularly and specifically ask them to be. So thank you so much for watching this video about Archangel Uriel and Aquarius season. As other planets move into Aquarius, I will be adding more video extras. But until then, stay blessed and stay in the light. Thank you so very much. Goodbye.